So this is where we camped last night. This is actually a pretty awesome campground. There's like hundreds of places to set up your tents, like for the past 0.3 mile or whatever. And it's perfectly flat. It's great. We did hear word that a little bit further up the trail, you could see from where we just went, you could see a fire, active fire from 2,000 feet away from the trail. But we were night hiking, we didn't see any fire, there was less smoke down here. So we ended up just camping here, partially because we needed to cross the river and it was dark and we couldn't find a way to cross. And I got turned around and couldn't figure out where the trail went. So we thought it would be safer to cross in the morning. And then while like in the middle of the night in our tent, we're like looking up the gut hut comments, and apparently a lot of comments about like a bear visiting this area, and then about like the like deer, which are like problematic, which want to like but they go after your pee. And then like we also started getting some smoke, so it was definitely very dry. We'd kind of like wet quilts, but like they dried out. Our throats are very dry. It does seem kind of smoky, right?
It does. I kept waking up like with my throat painfully dry, like all really dry.
Same.
Hearing a bunch of shit after you woke me up because you heard a bunch of shit.
Oh, it's mostly because there's like, it was so absolutely quiet with no noise happening here. So like one little branch falling off of a tree sounds like something really big.
Yeah.
But like you would just do that, it'd be like absolutely dead silent, and then you'd hear like a little twig fall down or something like that.
Just like rustling all
Yeah.
around you. I heard a cougar scream last night.
Really?
Yeah, it was off in the distance though, so that was like kind of released memories because that can travel pretty far. There was a lot.
I didn't hear that one last night.
Yeah, I don't like the big open spaces like this.
Oh. I thought it was nice. We didn't get any condensation for once. It was great. Yeah. The other problem we faced at this campsite is spiders. There were spiders everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
The second you would put something down, there would be spiders all over it.
Like I set my pack down, the pack was covered in spiders. I had my hat like hanging off my pack. There were spiders on it. There were spiders all over the tent. There were so many spiders.
Actually, this morning it seems like they've all gone away.
Yeah, they're just everywhere last night. Like there was some on like the mesh of the tent, but like I had to check my shoes to make sure there weren't any spiders in there before I put them on.
They're straight up like the Harry Potter spiders.
So many spiders. Last full day on the trail. She has to go home and want some time to recover before she has to go back to work at the school she works at. It's a full day today, and then just a couple miles in Euro into Kennedy Meadows North tomorrow. So she wanted to try doing at least one marathon out here, so we're aiming to do that today. The last big push for her. This climb right now is kicking my butt. The climbs in Yosemite are something. They are way steeper than anything else on the trail so far. I just don't care about switchbacks and gradual climbs at all. Finally ran into someone heading southbound, and we were able to ask about the trail up ahead, and he said that there weren't any fires to worry about, that it's all clear. We're just getting some smoke from from fires that are further away. Apparently the smoke is traveling in the air, and then when like the weather shifts or changes, and it all just kind of drops and fills in the valleys, and that's what we've been getting. So I feel a lot better. I mean, it's still a little smoky, but it's we can handle this. But it sounds like the Dixie fire is still burning quite a lot, so I don't think I'll be able to finish the PCT this year, or maybe I'll come back later on in the fall. I'm not sure yet, but it's a little disheartening. A lot of lakes right here have like an oil or something on them. Make them look really gross, but this looks like a rainbow across the surface. It's kind of pretty, but I'm like, they also make me think of sewer water. It just looks mucky and oily. Quite a pinkish orange feather. Kind of matches Sappy's hair. And yet another one of these rocks. They are just everywhere. Wonder what causes that. Smoke really cleared up and it's just blue skies and we're kind of roasting. It's really hot, but I don't really feel scared of a fire threat or anything like that anymore. So we're feeling a lot better. Also, we're halfway done with our marathon. We're trying to get that marathon in. So we're keeping on track to finish today. Yeah. This lake was so incredible to walk by. I really wanted to go in, but Sappy and I are trying really hard to do a marathon today, so we had to skip it. But wow, is it tempting, especially with how hot it is today. Oof, so nice. This is Dorothy Pass. This is probably the easiest pass to get up to. There's the lake down there. It was so gradual. Oh my gosh, there's still snow up there. It's wild since it's in the 90s. Made it to mile 1,000. Yay! Oh my god! Even though we didn't actually walk 1,000 miles this time, but still, the 1,000-mile marker! Yay! I feel awesome. Woo! Okay, and we are on our last 4 miles to make it a marathon today. I remember when this used to be like, it was like the daily marathon, but I'm not in that shape right now. We could do it though. It'll feel good once we do it. I mean, it'll feel terrible, but I mean, spirit-wise.
Mama, take me home, country road.
The terrain has changed quite a bit as we're getting closer to the end of the day. We haven't hiked anything quite like this yet, at least this year. Well, we're hiking in the dark. We're almost at our tent site, but we just did a marathon. We did a whole marathon, and just 0.3 more to the tent site. But this mountain's kicking our ass. Yeah. Jeez.
We thought that this section was pretty easy peasy, and so far these have been like the hardest days for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we're doing this when it's cool out rather than in the heat of the day, because there's no shade and no water. So that's a plus.